and 3, 4 and 5 in the next, 4 and 5, 6 in the next one, 7 and 8 in the next, 7 and 8, 9 in the next, 10 and 11 and 12 in the next, 13, 14 and 15, 16, 17 and 18. So just to, I thought I miscounted, but I haven't. So now it's the last round, so that is increasing every third stitch. So we'll be doing 1, 2 individual stitches in separate stitches, and then 3, 4 in one stitch, and then 5 and 6 as individual stitches, and then 7 and 8 in the next, 9 and 10 in separate stitches. We've got 9, then 10, and then 11 and 12 in the next, and then 13 in the next stitch, 14 in the stitch after that, and then 15 and 16, and then 17 in the next, 18 in the one after that, 19 and 20 in the same stitch, and for the last one then we've got 21 in the next, 22 in the one after that, and guess what, you got it, 23 and 24 in that last stitch. And just as I did on the other two, I'm going to be chaining 1 and missing 1 and slip stitch in there, and long tail for sewing, and put it through. And there we've got my 3 individual leaves that I imagine will be wrapped around or sewn around the sphere that's going to be the actual sprout. So that's done. So let me just check the next step. Okay. So this next step is actually the first 3 rounds are exactly the same as the where's my bloody hook gone? The first 3 rounds are exactly the same as the leaves, so we're going to be increasing up to a 6 in the magic, or 6 into the first chain. There it is, 6 into the first chain, and then increase, and then doubling the stitches to make it to 12, and then increasing every second stitch then, which will take us to 18. And then we're doing where am I? 2 into 18, 5, 6, and 7. We're doing 3 rounds then of 18 stitches. Okay. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling dong ding. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling dong ding. Right. Holy crumbs. Okay. Ooh, I've got myself playing on my I've got myself playing on my iPad, but I'm on a bit of a delay by the looks of it. Ooh, I've got myself playing on my I've got myself playing on my iPad, but I'm on a bit of a delay by the looks of it. Right, I definitely don't want to see myself doing that. Thank you. So, right, okay, so I'm going to just make the next part of the sprouty bit now. So I'm going to be chaining 2 again, exactly the same as the others, 6 into the first. Again, I really wish I could talk and count at the same time, but I'm not quite sure I'm at that level yet, but we'll try and see. Can I do it? 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. Oh, crumsies. don't know where Crumsies has come from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, see, I can't do it. Heavens! Right, so we're going to be doubling up on this next one now. So I'm just going to go around, put 2 stitches in each of the individual stitches I did on the last round, which is just basically a standard increase. So that's 2 in there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So that's the second round done. And then it's just another standard increase round, which will take us to 18. So that's, I'm going to do 2 in the first stitch. So 1, 2 in that first stitch there. 1 in the next. So that's 3. And then 4 and 5 in the next. 6 in the next. 7 and 8 in the one after that. Then 9, 10 and 11, and then the 12th, 13 and 14 in the next, 15 in the one after that, 16 and 17, oopsie, and 18 in the last stitch. Now, because I'm doing a couple of rounds of the same amount of stitches, so I'll be doing 3 rounds of 18 stitches, it can be difficult to see where your starting stitch will be. So, and because I'm talking and thinking, it's a good idea to put a stitch marker in, just so that you know which was your first stitch. Usually, if I was on my own and I wasn't trying to, you know, do a video or anything like that, then I wouldn't use one and just, you know, remember. So these are the stitch markers I use, just tiny little, came free with a magazine. Some people use paper clips and all sorts of different things. So I'm going to make my, not a good idea, is it? Make my first stitch. So 1, I'm just going to pull the yarn through so I don't lose it, and then I'm just going to put it, so this, oh Christ, how's this working now? So this stitch I've just done here, I'm going to be putting it in there. So I'll put it in, and you can see there, that just marks the stitch that I've just done, so I know that's stitch number 1. Alright, so I'm going to be doing another 17, because obviously that's the first. I've just made 1 stitch on that row, on this, not row, round even. Oh dear, what have I done? I can undo that because I got my actual working yarn stuck in the middle. How on earth have I done that? Goodness knows. Okay. So pop that back in there. So 3 rows. Okay, so now this is just a case when you're working just rounds like this, where you don't have to increase and you don't have to count, it is a lot easier to talk. Unfortunately, it is a little bit more difficult to look at the camera or to look at other people whilst you're stitching. I think crochet, as far as I'm aware, is one of the only fibre arts, or one